I'm Richard Clarke. I record these talks every day as a way to deepen my inquiry. Listen each day and deepen your own practice. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 399 about waking and dream states. Mr. Bose, the Bengali engineer, has since read Gaudapada's Carakas and Sir S. Radhakrishnan's Indian philosophy, and so asked questions as follows. Questioner, is there any genuine difference between dream experience and waking state? Maharshi, because you find the dream creations transitory in relation to the waking state, there is said to be a difference. The difference is only apparent and not real. Questioner, is the waking state independent of existing objects? Maharshi, were it so, the objects must exist without the seer. That is to say, the object must tell you that it exists. Does it do so? For example, does a cow moving in front of you say that she is moving? Or do you say of your own accord, there is a cow moving? The objects exist because of the seer cognizing them. Questioner, Gaudapada in Mandukya Carakas says that there is no difference between the two states from the standpoint of reality absolute. Maharshi, of course not. Questioner, I believe Bhagavan also says so. Professor Radhakrishnan, in his Indian philosophy, says that in his Brahma Sutra commentary, Sri Shankara makes a distinction between the two states. Is it a fact? If so, what is it? How can there be any distinction from the viewpoint of reality? So long as the mind exists in any form, there will be distinction. But from the standpoint of Atman, non-dual Brahman, can there be any distinction? Maharshi, the dream is for the one who says he is awake. In fact, wakefulness and dream are equally unreal from the standpoint of the Absolute. In this dialogue, Mr. Bose, a Bengali engineer, seeks clarity on the nature of reality, specifically the difference between the dream state and the waking state. This is rooted in his study of Gaudapada's Carakas and Professor Radhakrishnan's Indian philosophy. The questioner first asks Sri Ramana Maharshi if there is a genuine difference between dream experience and the waking state. Ramana replies that any perceived difference is only apparent and not real. The dream state seems transitory compared to the waking state, but this distinction dissolves when viewed from a deeper perspective. From this deeper perspective, there is only the self. Waking and dream both appear and disappear in the self. Next, the questioner asks if the waking state is independent of existing objects. Ramana challenges this notion by questioning whether objects can assert their existence independently of the observer. He uses the example of a cow moving in front of a person, pointing out that the cow does not declare its movement. Rather, it is the observer who perceives and declares, "There's a cow moving." This says that objects exist because the observer cognizes them, indicating that the observer's awareness is primary. The questioner then references Gaudapada's assertion in the Mandukya Carakas that there is no difference between the dream state and the waking state from the standpoint of reality absolute. Ramana concurs, affirming that from the highest standpoint of non-dual reality, no distinctions exist. The questioner, noting that Professor Radhakrishna mentions a distinction made by Sri Shankara in his Brahma Sutra commentary, seeks Ramana's view on this. Ramana says that any distinction exists only as long as the mind operates in any form. From the perspective of the Atman, or non-dual Brahman, such distinctions are meaningless. The distinction is an image in the mind, not Brahman. The Maharshi explains that both the waking and dream states are unreal when considered from the absolute standpoint. The waking state and dream state are equally illusory, emphasizing that true reality transcends these states. The essence of Ramana's teaching here is the principle of self-inquiry and the nature of the self. He points out that the mind and its distinctions are ephemeral. True understanding and liberation come from recognizing the non-dual reality, where the self is one with Brahman, beyond all dualities of waking and dreaming. Liberation comes from self-knowledge, not from any mental ideas. Ramana Maharshi's response is guide you to understand that the ultimate reality is beyond the mind's constructs and distinctions. Both waking and dream states are projections of the mind, and true realization comes from transcending these and abiding in the non-dual awareness of the self. This teaching aligns with the core Advaita Vedanta philosophy, the realization of oneness with the Absolute, where all dualities and distinctions dissolve. So, know yourself and be always free and at peace. In 40 verses on reality, Ramana Maharshi explains the nature of the self, the ultimate reality, and self-inquiry. My new book, with my comments and inquiry questions, opens these teachings up and brings them into your practice and experience. Available now from Amazon. Link in the video description.